Alright, let's give it another go. I think I've sorted out why we weren't appearing underneath the hex header on Twitch. Or rather, I haven't sorted out why we weren't. I've sorted out a workaround. So, we'll see how this goes. Still don't appear to be showing up, unfortunately. But it may take a couple minutes to update. Ah, success. It appears to be working. Looks like we got matched up against this Spider Egg deck. Haven't seen this champion in a long time. I don't think we can keep 2 wells here. This is better. We just have to find a blood. Not a blood. Looking for a blood shard. Not a blood shard. I don't think we want to play that out. Another Exarch. Really looking for a blood shard. That's the opposite of a blood shard. Showed up under the hex game search for like a minute. Maybe I can get it to work. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to update via my phone or via my browser, so I'm trying to use my phone. Really looking for blood here. Double blood card is just like a blood. I think we're going to play this out. If we hit a blood shard next turn, it gets big enough to block something, I guess. It can attack. That counts for something. Nope, not blocking here. Ugh. Ugh, super gross. I think we're just dead here. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay, it looks like we're actually showing up. What do we want to run against this? See, I don't know. This is usually a budget champion. I think we'll cut the Carns. Rockcast is probably fine. If it's budget, Herofall and Extinction are questionable. I think we'll cut the Brave. They're a bad top deck. It's possible he has Extinction. I think I'd rather run a Paw. We'll bring in a couple Extinction and then a couple Steel Intel, because I'm a little unclear. Should probably cut the Killblade and bring in like another Steel Intel probably. He's got to have some removal, right? And this deck usually hinges on certain key Venom. Yeah, we'll go with this. Yeah, we'll keep this. It's a functional hand. Play the Sensei. Crusader's perfect to play on curve. Malice is not ideal, but we do have 4 the 4/3 Scrounge. Paw. We have 4 paws to deal with it. Hopefully before he just absolutely floods our deck with spiders. Luckily, it's early, so he doesn't have a ton of resources for that. Maybe Extinction was loose. The question becomes, does he have Extinction? Ugh. That's super gross here. Alright, we'll go ahead and activate this before he puts more eggs in our deck. And we'll snap off this VK. He'll either have to kill it, or he's definitely at risk of it taking something. Yeah. Okay, we're not in a great spot here. We have 0 pressure, and he's got an engine on the table. Gemborn got us pretty bad. Gift Blood. Our only triple blood card's Uruunaz, but if we draw it, we'll want it. Yeah, he's putting eggs in our deck. Paw's not bad. Unfortunately, it requires one of our guys to die. That works fine. Just needed a creature to die so we could paw this Malice off the table. Yeah, he's put more eggs in our deck. At this point, we have a lot. Oof. Not ideal. At least he only hit one egg. Definitely not ideal. He's going to hit more than one. I don't think it's anything worth. Alright, we'll see how he blocks. I might be able to get him here, but I'm not. That's fine, we'll just Extinction. He hit a decent number of the eggs he put into the deck. I don't know, he put a lot of eggs in there. Alright, we're hero following that. Well, I don't think he has a ton of copies of it, so we're going to Rockcast instead. And we're going to steal that with Uruunaz right away. Phenteo is a pretty scary card, typically. Hit a spider right away. That's fine. He's dead in 2 in the air. Got a Herofall to deal with any troublesome creatures. Really, the trickiest card he could hit is another Chronic Madness. That's what I was afraid of. Probably killing that. I just have too many spider eggs in my deck, I think, and this way I've got a very real chance of killing him. That blocks my Crusader. The Herofall was probably aggressive there. That didn't go well. Yeah, our deck's really full of spider eggs, obviously. Are we just dead? Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, it just blocks. Alright, we'll give it another go. Probably what killed me was using the Herofall and his stupid 1/4. The Crusader could have gotten through that. Can you guys hear me okay? Alright, we'll keep this. I see somebody saying a plus in chat. Is the volume too low on the microphone? I think we're pretty okay in the Kagulichu mirror. We'll see. Drawing a bunch of Carnasaurus is not how you win, though. Maybe we can 2-for-1 ourselves to kill something we care about. God, Cottontail. Oh, they were on the bottom, so it gives us a decent hit off of our hero power in a couple turns. Still pretty brutal. Gonna go ahead and throw Phenteo out there. Probably getting Hierophant. Oh, its own Phenteo. Okay, we're gonna Carnasaur the hell out of that. Okay, we're playing Big Kagu, which is not a great matchup for this version. It just isn't. They go way bigger than us in a bad way. We're gonna go ahead and use this before we do anything else, because I currently like the ratio of cards in our yard. Well, it wasn't the actual worst hit, but it wasn't far off of it. And we're gonna eat this Phenteo and leave our 2 Carnasaurs on the table. And then I think we're going to activate our own Phenteo and pass the turn. Obviously, I wouldn't hate to hit an egg. If we don't, we threaten the double block on his Crusader. Looks like we're back. Okay, looks like we had a hiccup. So I'm going to restart Hex real quick. Alright, well, reconnect to our game in progress and get back to it. Okay, yeah. We'll put some eggs in his deck and then pass the turn. No. Not just shipping our Cottontail. That's not ideal. Oh, with Heart of the Wrathwood too. Okay, we're in a bad spot here. I think we double block though. It's a little bit less terrible after boarding, but before boarding it's pretty miserable. Ooh, I think we Herofall. We're gonna have to deal with it eventually. I'm gonna play the Subtle Striker and pass. Post boarding, we get access to Extinction at least. Ramp Rune. Do we kill that instead? Do we trade both our guys for the Ramp Rune? I don't like any of these options. He seems short on resources, so I'm going to kill the Ramp Rune before he attacks with it. I mean, he's at 5, so it's not like he's that short, but relatively speaking, compared to this deck typically runs like 7 drops and stuff. Okay, this is reasonable. We'll eat our Cottontail, play another Cottontail, play a Lily Pad, and this is how we try and steal this. It's not great. Really needed to hit some resources there because we want to use our hero power when we can. Hopefully he doesn't have removal and this Rune runs away with it. Nope. He's got a paw. Okay, we're going to be hard pressed to win now. I think we're going to let that hit us. What's our best draw now? Probably Yazukan. Another Rune is not bad. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think we have to kill the heart. And then erase his stupid seed pods. Balth is not great for us, but also not the end of the world. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. Shard's not the greatest, but we'll go with it. Can you guys hear me okay? How's the volume? This bigger Kagulichu is not a great matchup for us. Honestly, I don't see how they beat Angus. We have a hard enough time with that, and we're much lower to the ground than they are. Fire off hero power, see what we get. Crusader's good pickup. No, we'll keep back the striker. It's holding off his hero power. These seed pods are going to be trouble in a couple turns, though. Howling Brave, not exactly what we're looking for there. Post-board Extinction really helps us keep up with this list, because they sometimes they can overextend a bit, and it helps us clean up. Okay, that was a fairly so-so hit for them. It's still going to be tough for us to beat with the number of cards he's got over there. All right, Croc is probably going to put us on the ground. Not for sure, but probably. Yeah, I don't think we're coming back. We'll just chump. Take 7. Honestly, I'm not sure what we're drawing to. Probably Uruunaz is our best draw. And that probably doesn't even get us out of this. But we drew it anyway. Let's see what we get. Probably need to hit Paw. Heart would be a 9/9 for us. If he had a Bouth in the graveyard, I'd hit that. Grab Paw, kill Croc probably. It's definitely our best hit because we only have one copy in the deck. I think that's the play. If he, in the world where he doesn't have removal, and we can hit it with the Uruunaz, we have a chance. It's not the best chance in the world, but it's a chance. Carnasaurus is an amazing pickup here because we get to kill the Balthazar, and then we get to hit him with the Uruunaz, and take the Balthazar and draw 5. I did not realize that had... Okay, yeah. Not used to seeing that card. That's going to probably do it. If there's removal on the top, I'm going to feel sad. There's not. So we would have lost anyway, but that was a mistake on my part. Okay, sideboarding for Big Kagu. Cards we want. Rockcast, Extinction, Paw, Steel Intel, and Inquisition. Cards that are bad. Killblade. We're not looking to run the Howling Brave Extinction combo. Carnasaurus is pretty bad. I don't recall seeing Crusaders. If I see Crusaders, I like to cut the 2 Vampire Kings because typically that's really bad. If I don't see Crusaders, I like to cut a Rune and a Crusader as a hedge against Herofall. And I like to shave a Cottontail because the game typically goes pretty long. Alright, for gems, we're going to change the Runeers to... We're going to keep unblockable, but we're going to change to make a troop. And Crusader, we're going to swap to... I think I like speed. I don't recall seeing VK. If we see VK in game 2, we'll swap the Crusader back to reach and vigilance. Good evening to anyone joining us, or morning or whatever if you happen to be in a different time zone. This is the list that I played to the top 32 in the CCS earlier today. I think it's pretty good. Has a rough time against these bigger Kagu lists, but you go mid-range, somebody goes slightly bigger than you, that's just life. This is actually my first stream, so if you have any feedback... Am I muted? Can you hear me? I was ranked 31, thank you very much. This is the same list that Jeff Hoagland and a few other people were playing. We worked on it as a group. I think the best our group managed to do was 10th off some bad breakers. We think the list is pretty good. Yeah, so I finished 31st. Hoagland finished 30th. And Matt Bamate was working with us, and he finished 10th. Ramp Rabbit's not great for us, but we'll make it work. I think we're just playing another Crusader and slamming this turn. Okay. Amiquick wasn't on our list, I don't think. He was on... Actually, I don't know what list he was on, but I don't believe it was on our list. Would not have minded hitting that Extinction, because this Rune has the chance of ramping him into stuff that we don't want him to hit. He has an Extinction, so the Steel Intel could work out. Round rank, ooh. That's not ideal. At least we get to draw 2 off of it. Okay, I think... We don't really have enough cards in the graveyard is the problem. He's going to void our other Crusader, most likely. I guess we can make him take 4. If he wants to void it, we can make him take 4. We're going to actually make a Battle Hopper here. Because if I end up using Steel Intel to Extinction him next turn, I'm going to want an extra creature in the yard. Now if we're lucky, he decides to play out more stuff here. And I think he probably will. Argus is pretty bad for us. Especially with him having Run Rancor. On the bright side, we get to, next turn, Steel Intel Extinction, Extinction the board. Turn after that, we can Uruunaz, take the Argus. And if he doesn't have removal, that's pretty good. So I'm actually going to Steel Intel his Extinction, paying for Scrounge. Then I'm going to Extinction. And I'm going to Inquisition his Inquisitor. Because that's kind of a huge pain for us. Mistress is not great either. Especially because he'll be able to cast it next turn. Alright, what's worse for us? Inquisitor coming back again and again, or Mistress getting back some of his stuff? Let's take a screenshot of this real quick. Inquisitor's annoying. I think I'm going to take the Mistress. We're playing Uruunaz next turn, which will allow us to get his Argus, which will allow us to start exiling his stuff. Which I think will go a little better. So his two unknowns are... Oh, he has an Inquisitor and he has an unknown. Alright, we're going to take Argus. So we know one of his two unknowns, yep, Inquisitor. And he might sack the Crusader here. No, okay. I think we just have to take 10 here. As awkward as that is. Another Paw. Alright, we'll see what we hit off of our champ power. Yeah, Mistress is worse because it's a flyer. That's definitely a good point. It can block Uruunaz. Alright, I definitely think we have to void the Wrathwood. And I think we get our... We'll activate this, see what we hit. Hopefully we hit a creature. We didn't hit a creature that we get hit with Uruunaz. So I was going to Uruunaz Mistress, try and hit a creature of our own. We didn't. I'm still going to Uruunaz, obviously. Hit a Mistress. Yeah, I think I need to take Mistress out of his graveyard. Okay, he's not going to let us have the opportunity. That's fine. We're going to play Rune here, see what we get. I think we'll play a Paw, because it alone can trade with the Inquisitor. We're going to feel bad if it gets Herofall, but realistically, we're not going to be able to play around Herofall with all these Paws anyway. Cottontail. If you faced Matt Beaumonte in your last round, I believe he lost his last round. So did you make top 8? Paul is not great for us. But he has a tough choice. Yeah. That's fine. Another heart's not good. I think we're in chump mode on that other heart. Well, congratulations then. If you faced him, then you pretty much know what we're playing. It's the same list. Oh, I didn't have a chance to scrounge that, unfortunately. At least I can hit up with the Uruunaz and take the Mistress. Yeah, the huge Gallows Ghast are really hard to answer. I think we're going to play out... Okay, he scooped. Sweet. I don't think I saw anything that makes me want to change my plan. I'm fairly happy with it. So were you on some kind of like Mono Blood Zorath control or something? I think that's a pretty reasonable deck at the moment. That's the only deck I know of that plays Gallows Ghast. Bloodwild. Monin Cashin. Oh, is that the Is that the wild champion that Anthem's your team? I don't recognize that champion off the top of my head. I'm searching it. Great. Really? Huh. I wouldn't have expected that champion to be good enough. All right, what are we feeling here? I don't think we can keep this. These matchups do go long. And if he ramps, I can take his payoff. What do we think? This seems like a bad keep to me. Okay, I see. So you use the champ power to grow the Hierophants, basically. Do you think it's that much better than Shoku? Okay. Shoku doesn't give you a blocker. I could see that. If you made top 8, I'll have to take a look. That sounds interesting. You say keep, but you hate mulliganing more than most? Okay, we'll be greedy. This is a matchup where we do need to hit our land drops. Inquisition's reasonable. Crusader's reasonable. We'll be sad when we run a bunch of shards off the top, but that's life. Not being able to make a wild off this is going to be rough. Okay, Extinction's okay. That means if he runs away with it, we can catch up. Well, Exarch's not great. Means we can't really profitably attack with Crusader. I don't hate another Extinction. It's going to let us clean up quite a bit if something goes wrong. Alright, let's snip this and see what we got. Okay. So I think we're actually going to take Crusader? I don't know. That seems loose. No, we're going to take Phenteo. We're going to take Phenteo, and then he's going to plop Crusader into play. We're going to let it happen. And then next turn, we're going to... Not next turn, the turn after, we're going to Extinction. Eight main Shin here. Okay, how many copies of Paw were you running? Because I think Paw is insane. Like, one of the better reasons to be in the Blood Wild color pair, basically. Card is awesome. Okay, so he hit a Crusader. And he just played it. Okay, this is fine. He's going to get a draw off those, but that was inevitable, basically. He also just uses Hero Power, so we know he's got a Heart of the Wrathwood. That's basically it in hand. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we just drew Paw to pick up our wild. 2, 3 felt bad to have. I don't know, it's such a good card. I mean, when you can't scrounge, it sucks. That's for sure. But it's such a great card. The list we ran has 3 main and 1 in the sideboard. You do definitely have trouble hitting the scrounge sometimes, though. Ramp Rune here, boo. That's fine. We'll play a Crusader next turn. That's super awkward. Alright, we'll activate our Hero Power, see what happens. That's so awkward, though. Alright, we're going to play out 2 creatures, maybe we can encourage him to Extinction instead of Herofall if he's got it. I also think maybe attacking will incentivize him to not Herofall my Crusader. Well, if you top 8'd, I don't think it treated you too poorly. Wrathwood? Yeah. Okay. That's not great. No, we're not going to gain 3 off of this guy. We're probably going to be stuck in a situation where we have to Extinction again, but that's fine. That's what it's there for. Maybe we misjudged the meta a little bit. There seemed to be a lot less Angus than we expected. That's one of the reasons we played such a smaller version of Kagulichu, is that we didn't expect any ridiculously huge decks, but we played a lot of really big Kagulichu. Okay, so we'll trade off like this. If we're lucky, he plays something else out, and we're going to Extinction the heck out of him. Inquisitor's just fine with me. No, don't want to play something else out. That's fine. Cleaning up that way is pretty good here. Thanks for joining, folks. This is actually my first stream, so if you have any feedback, let me know. Mistress of Bones, not great for me. Yeah. Oh, at speed, he just kills us. Okay, yeah. The big Kagu's not great for this. I'll pull the list up real quick. We tried to be a little lower to the ground, so we had a good shot against Angus with the 4 Karns. These 2 VKs were originally Clucks, but we found that VK was good enough. The sideboard is pretty hedged against Angus as well, with 3 Harvest Moon and the Cluckodon. The Steel Intel have been an all-star, and the Extinction too, because anytime you bring an Extinction, you just shave the Howling Brave and go more mid-range. Fairness. Okay, this ought to be interesting. Game 1 is a struggle, but Rune is a very good card in the mirror, or not in the mirror, but in this matchup. So I think we'll keep. Crusader is surprisingly bad because all of his removal is exile, basically. So I think we'll play out Karn next turn. There's not really anything in this matchup that it hits that we care about. It also, technically it trades with Owl, but we'd rather prevent him from drawing the cards by proactively playing our cards out. Hopefully we draw another blood so we can play our VK on time. I'm a bit torn on if I should sack the Karn to the Rune next turn. It's worse against removal, like direct removal, like Transmog or Repel or Martyr, but it's better against... Blood's a good pickup there. It's better against Clash. I think I like being better against... And we're not going to sacrifice here. I think that's fine. The Rune will grow pretty big on its own anyway. Okay, it's going to counter magic us. Interesting. Okay, because usually... Historically, I played this very early after Herofall released. I worked on it quite a bit, and I never played counter magic in the deck because with something like Darkheart and Bring to Justice and Land of Paws Sight, it's very much a tap out control deck. So counter magic really felt out of place. It's not to say you can't play it, obviously, and it can be okay, but there's very real downside associated with it. Okay, that's not awful. That gives us enough scrounge for Paw. So if he plays untaps Shard Darkheart, we can kill Darkheart. Okay, not if he... Well, we still can kill it. If we're super lucky, he's got another one in his hand, though. Shard is not a bad pickup. We're going to keep a Rune because it's the best pickup in there. Like I said, if we're super lucky, we'll snag another Darkheart out of his hand, which would be great. Oh, Transmog, not great. Transmog signals pretty strongly that he's got another Darkheart up there. It's not a sure thing, but it's a pretty strong signal. It seems like he's missing shard drops, which is good for us, and lets us apply some pressure. All right, we'll see what he does here. Blood Shard's not bad. If we get a chance to play Uruunaz, we do get to steal his Darkheart. Okay. Repel on the Paw. That's fine. That's actually really fine, because that means if he untaps, plays Darkheart, we have to sack our Ghost Feather, and we can paw the other Darkheart. That does make Uruunaz lower impact, because he'll still have a Darkheart he can get back with his champ power. But I don't think that's really avoidable at that point. Yeah, he's pretty close. He could also have an owl, I suppose. Nah, he's got no Darkheart. That's fine. play the Cottontail first. If we had another creature, we may... 3 creatures, alrighty. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do this, probably. Probably just take the Subtle Striker out. We're unlikely to get it back. And if we do, he will have probably already activated his ability. Good evening to everyone joining me. Hope you're doing well. If you're interested in following, I'm going to try to make this a relatively common thing. Clash is not terribly surprising. Transmog is not good. Okay. Alright, we really need a way to deal with this Darkheart. I don't think we've hit... We haven't seen a Herofall in 20 cards, and we're running 4 of them. So, fingers crossed we find one. That's fine. That's a creature we can sacrifice to this Rune to make it big. Looks like Wing Spear is following me now. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I need to set up Twitch alerts. Like I said earlier, this is my first stream, so I'm still learning the ropes. Snapping off the block because not much else we can do. We'll play out the Exarch. What we really want to do is draw like a Herofall. Just anything to get this Darkheart off the table. Okay, that's not ideal. This is a tough spot. We're taking 8 next turn. Oh, the second Darkheart's really bad. We've already used... All of our paws are gone. So we're drawing to like... running Herofalls. I think we'll wait a turn. 1 turn. If he plays Owl, we'll probably Uruunaz that back if we can draw cards off of it. I'm not sure. The third Darkheart in 20 cards is a doozy. And then he's drawing cards too. Okay, Owl means he draws. He had a Spider at least, but we're going to sack it so it doesn't actually matter. Actually, we can't take that because it's not dead yet. Okay, Blood Shard. We're looking for... If we hit the paw that already has Scrounge on it, then we're great. We just kill both of his. That is the opposite of that. We really needed to hit this one. I think we're going to play both these out. and just try and buy some time. He's going to have to sack this Silver Talon, and this will let us, next turn, we'll be able to Uruunaz, draw cards off Silver Talon, and gain life. We're definitely in a bad spot, though. That's an interesting inclusion. I guess it buys time against aggressive decks. Herofall. Okay, I think we wait. I think we wait because we can Herofall one of the dark arts this turn. At this point, he probably has a counter magic. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we're just dead, probably. If we could have killed that, we play Uruunaz, we get Owl, we sack Owl. Okay, maybe? Maybe. No, we didn't hit a shard. Okay, we're scooping. If we hit a shard, we could play that, play Uruunaz, take our 8, sack this and the Owl, keep Uruunaz, and smack him. But we don't get to do that. Instead, we will move to sideboarding. Not a ton to sideboard here. I think we just want the Steel Intel and the Inquisition, and we don't want the Karns. They're awful. And I think I like cutting Naive Lackey because I'm going to regem the Hierophants with Speed Anthem. And the Crusaders with Crush, I think? Yeah. And so there's nothing to sack the Lackey, and since all his removal is void, it's just a stupid 0/1 that never draws a card. I actually beat a Banks list very similar to this during the CCS. It was game 1, I got kind of lucky. I ended up with like a massive Runeer because I kept hitting it off of the champ power. But game 2 was a slog because he cast Psychic Ascension like turn 10 or whatever, and I stole it immediately thereafter, and it was 2 Ascended going at it. Ended up I had to basically mill him out to kill him, and his deck size at that point was 150 cards because not his deck size, but his discard pile was that big because he had made that many Robomancers basically. At one point, his hand size was like 70 cards. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's not bad. As long as he doesn't have Transmog, we'll Runeer and smack him for 5, which is not bad. Put a reasonable clock on him. I'd like to see another blood, probably. That's not another blood. That's fine. That means next turn we can Cottontail, and assuming we hit something, we can cast 2 spells by Inquisitioning. If we just hit a shard, we're going to cast the VK instead. It's probably a Transmog. No? Okay. Not going to complain. Ugh. That's so gross. Shard? Not shard. Okay, at least we hit the shard. I think we have to offer this trade. Feels bad, but I think we have to. Actually, it's not a trade. He can't block. It's not just lethal, it's +1/+1 as well. Not a terrible surprise. Sack the Sensei, because we'd rather get that back when we activate our hero power. In a million turns. Actually, we'd rather get Phenteo back, so it doesn't really matter. Probably would have been better to sack the Cottontail in that case. Shard Darkheart will see us in a bit of trouble. Shard Darkheart? Shard Owl. Shard Owl's trouble too, but not nearly as much as Shard Darkheart. Shard? Not a shard, but pretty interesting. To offer this trade. I think I'll offer the trade because I have another paw in hand. This way, if he has another heart, I sack the Cottontail, paw the other heart, VK him. Inquisition does let us play around. Okay, Robomancer's a bit of trouble here. Need to draw Herofall, like, right now. Right on time. Probably should have. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say probably should have Inquisition first, in the off chance that he created the halt, I think it's called, incubation webs. 4 cards in my hand. Do I care about Psychic Ascension? I can take Psychic Ascension, and then I think I win that. No, I have to take Silver Talon because I think I have to take Silver Talon because if I don't, he just like slams that, draws cards, gains life. If he gets back Robomancer, that's actually trouble. Nah, we're all bugged out here. Alright, excuse me real quick while I relog. Oh, there we go. I hate that I can't tell what he's aiming at. Decent chances Robomancer, actually. Yep. Oh, I need to draw another Herofall now. I already Inquisitioned him, so... Ugh. Alright, what's my game plan here? I can steal until a Silver Talon and play that. Do I want to scrounge both of those? If he has a... Actually, that's fine. I have to, right? It's 4, not 3. That's fine. If he plays a spell, yeah. Clash is not ideal. I think we're going to keep the Silver Talon. It's the biggest attacker and it flies. And it can trade with this Robomancer. Which I would not mind one bit. This is fine. This just means we hit him again. And he loses the Robomancers in hand. I was kind of worried he was going to play another one out, which would effectively make him immune to my Herofall. This is totally fine. Now we're in a pretty reasonable spot. It's not perfect, but it's definitely not particularly bad. I know he's got a repel. We'll play out Crusader. He'll be forced to repel it at some point, I think. Unless he draws like a Transmog or something. This is just going to load us up with spider eggs, unfortunately. Total Striker really doing work when he's at 1 charge. He's probably not far off his Psychic Ascension, though. That's something to keep in mind. Spiderling Egg. I'm okay with Rune here. He probably hits this instead of the Crusader with his stupid repel, but that's fine. If he does that, he takes a huge chunk of damage. Oh, Transmog. Thought he had a repel. Did he have to use it at some point? No? Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I thought. Double repel. Okay, well he's like almost certainly casting that Psychic Ascension next turn, which is not ideal. Yeah. Oh no, I thought I had Scrounge. I was one short. That's not good. Oh, I would have played the VK instead. That's really very bad. Ugh. Taking Robomancer doesn't really do a whole lot, unfortunately. So I think we have to get the dark card here. Like I could get Robomancer, but neither of these do anything. Is this a removal spell? Totem Trap. Okay, that's super annoying. Oh, that's a beating. That's probably game over for me. Unless I draw Steel Intel like right away. I probably got him something sweet too. Definitely in a bad way. Steel Intel is probably our best hit here, which is super awkward. No, that's a terrible hit. Ugh. Now he just like taps and then taps, and we just like die to stupid 1/1s. Steel Intel is the draw, and even then we're way behind the ball here. Are we just dead? No, but close. I think we're just dead. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright. People are playing all these big CCS decks. Maybe I ought to play Angus. I'm going to play Angus for a round to try and punish these people who are playing these control-y greedy decks. Ugh. I know it's less interesting, but the Kago list that we ran for the CCS just doesn't stack up well against these decks that go so much bigger. If we get paired. There we are. Alright, let's punish some greedy decks. Although with our luck... Okay, that's alright. This is likely to be a pretty favorable matchup. Most of the Banks lists are. This is not great. I think we're going to keep it. Probably going to regret it. I haven't played Angus in a very long time. Lesgar's Vengeance is basically the perfect draw there. It sets up so that Baby Yeti isn't just an embarrassing 1-1. So there you have it. Better lucky than good. Burning Tendrils also isn't actually that bad. Once you can empower it, it can kill their Dark Hearts. This deck, it kind of depends on hitting the Dark Heart pretty early to win this matchup, although I'm not really applying that much pressure, to be honest, which is certainly not ideal, especially now that I'm drawing all these shards. We're okay, though. Swiftly approaching less okay. The bright side here is how incredibly awkward it is for him to try and Dark Heart. No Dark Heart. That is actually completely shocking. The upside here is that it's actually super awkward for him to try and gain life in this matchup off of Al. That's why I'm holding off on my champ power. Yeah, I kept running into bigger decks, basically. So the super greedy Kagulichu lists with like Mistress of Bones and Uruunaz and Ramp Rabbit, where they put speed and ramp on the rabbit, are not a great matchup because although those decks lose to Angus, they kind of crush the slightly smaller mid-range decks. That's basically how the meta clock works, right? You want to be slightly bigger or way smaller than your opponent. So I've played against Big Kagu and stuff like these Diamond Sapphire Banks control decks that similarly they just go bigger. And so when they do that, we have a hard time competing. So for now, I'm going to put it on hold. I fully plan to reach Cosmic and top 64 and hopefully even better than that with the deck. But I think a lot of people are, I think, testing the CCS lists tonight. And many of the top CCS lists preyed somewhat on ours. It's not unwinnable matchups, but they're not great. And to be honest, I'm probably not playing optimally because I'm a little bit tired. I think this is probably going to be the last match of the evening for me. Okay, so since this is going to bump him lower than us anyway, and we got another shard to fire up the hero power. I don't know, I could wait. I actually think I'm going to wait, and here's why. Because if he fires off an owl thinking he's going to gain life, I'll burn myself. Yep. This will prevent him from drawing cards, and it will save me 5 life from him, basically. And now I'm just going to go all out here. He might actually be dead. He's actually dead to the cards in my hand. So if he kills this baby Eddie. That was his out. He's not dead, but he's pretty close. He gets to champ that back, but he doesn't get to draw cards off of it. Oh, another one is just savage. The key here is hoping he doesn't have removal. Maybe I pulled the trigger too early. Ugh, main deck Pride's Fall is killing me here. That misses a lot of cards too, man. Surprised it's not something like Martyr. Okay, we're probably going to lose this game. I guess if we draw like Running Burning Tendrils, we have a chance, but we're pretty dead here. Our out is like, I'm going to block this, no, I'm just like dead here. Forced to block. I think I'm on the 0 outer. Yeah. The second owl was a beating. Bringing in Blamsmith for sure. Mindpire. I don't know, actually. Mindpire's pretty bad against the... Burn is bad. Mindpire's bad against... what's his name? Darkheart. Ember Spire's probably reasonable. Crackling Bolt doesn't kill much. I think it's fine. Ooh, Blamsmith needs more Mono Ruby, so Valor. I bring in Mindpire, but Darkheart really messes with that plan. Hopefully we can do better on the play. Oh, man. I think we're going to keep. This is one of those, your aggressive deck has a 1 land. You keep it because the rest of your hand is pretty reasonable. If I hit a second one, Psychotic Anarchist will propel us into more. And the deck is actually pretty reasonably proportioned with 24 Ruby, so... So it's not awful. Okay, that's good. That means he's not representing Transmog. Transmog on the Anarchist can be, to this hand, would be fairly catastrophic, although it doesn't look like it's going to matter all that much. Ruby. Right on time, right? We'll Anarchist and see how that goes. He almost certainly has some variety of removal for this, but we'll see. Yeah, Repel. Not terribly shocking. Next turn we're playing Ember Spire to play around the Owl. Luckily, he doesn't have the thresholds for counter magic. I'm actually... that's almost certainly going to be... Yeah. Can't do anything with this. That's an unlucky Transmog. There's actually a lot of really powerful 1-drops. I actually didn't do anything, which is fine. Probably eats a Yeti. No? I'm reasonably surprised. What are his... Oh, Transmog. That's fine, I suppose. Prides fall again. All of the prides fall. I guess at least he won't draw cards off his stupid owl next turn if he draws a shard. This actually isn't the worst, because single removal spell is pretty bad against 3 Baby Yeti. Now we're just hoping he draws shards. That's a strange card to have in the matchup. I guess technically I should be attacking with this, because if he runs something like Martyr, actually he'd never Martyr here, but he might with the Bolt Spasm out. Doubt it, but it's technically possible, so it's probably correct to swing with everything. Might steal this game. Baby Yeti MVP. Gonna go ahead and use this because if we draw a shard, we want to be able to use it next turn. Hopefully he's dead. I don't know what that is, but got him. I think I like our board plan. Is Lascar good enough? Lascar's probably fine on an efficiency basis. Like, one card doing 4 damage. Yeah, we're gonna run with it. I'm wondering if Riposte is worth it, but I'm thinking probably not. Countering removal is typically going to be a waste. Countering card draw is pretty reasonable, but he doesn't have any direct damage, so... Again, the Mind Pyre's staring at me, but if he runs out of Dark Card, it just dies. I think it's another case of gotta keep it, I think. Obviously, it's not ideal, but we've got plays. If we hit even 1 shard, we've got more plays. Plus, we're on the draw. And, of course, like the professionals we are, we hit it. I never had any doubt. Okay, this is a good sign. Odds are pretty good he's shard screwed. Oh, if we connect with this Anarchist, which we will, because he has no resources, that's great. Anarchist is one way we can run away with this. Especially with the Bolt Spasm on 1. Being on the other side of this feels miserable. I think after this, I know I said this was going to be the last one. I think I'm going to play one more with the Kagulichu list, because I actually think it's a very good list. Gonna slam another Anarchist and a Baby Yeti. Go to town here. Yeah, he's going to gain life. That's inevitable. But he's not going to draw cards, I guess. Just counts for something. So the question is, Mama Yeti or Fireball Swing? I think I like Mama Yeti here. That's fine. Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's fine for us because we have another Mama Yeti. Shard? Okay, that's good here. Okay. He's just dead. Did our hero power plus this fireball. Alright. We'll play another one with the Kagulichu deck. I really enjoy playing that. Against Angus, and we won the draw, won the roll, which is good because if you don't win the roll, you just get destroyed. We get to go Subtle Striker 2. Giant Runeer on 3 is basically the way you win this matchup. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it's really good. So speaking of this deck, when we were testing it, before we decided we want to play it for CCS and sort of put it on the DL, testing this on the ladder, I think there were 3 or 4 of us testing it, and I think we had a sample size of between 150 and 200 matches. We had a win rate of like 75%, which is nuts. That's really good. So we think pretty highly of the deck. Obviously, we think pretty highly of it because we played it. But those are some pretty stellar numbers. I don't mind trading the Subtle Striker off here. Like, they have actually infinite removal for it. So there's really just no world where we get to keep it indefinitely. So the trick here is I don't think it's worth blocking. Actually, I take that back. I'll probably block the Baby Yeti. Because no single removal spell gets me there. Blocking the Bolt Spasm leaves us losing to basically any removal spell. But I think we can safely block the Baby Yeti. Okay, now I don't think we can block here. It feels awful, but I don't think we can. Let's see what we get. Shard. I actually would have probably preferred like any of these, but that's fine. I think we play Crusader and smash. We're going to be a little bit sad if he Mama Yetis us, but if he Mama Yetis us, then he's got to basically trade his other guys. I don't know, we're an effective 12. Maybe this is a bad idea. Yeah. The question is, do we block the Anarchist or the Bolt Spasm? I think he's swinging with everything. Just Mama. Okay. Sign me up. Okay, let's say he has another Mama. He's got to have Mama Shard removal. Or sorry, Mama Shard burn spell for 1. For that to kill us. I think I like pawing here and killing his Mama. Life gets a lot easier after board when we have plenty of life gain. Life gain alone isn't enough to do it. Like, the real key is you have to pressure Angus. Just have to. If he swings out, we just snap off, block, block. He's got to have Vengeance plus burn spell, and the Vengeance has to be cheap enough. It might be. Or double burn spell. We're just dead here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Damn. Turn too slow. Story of the Angus matchup. Okay, we get a good bit better after boarding. We bring in Rockcast, Harvest Moon, Cluck. We shave a Crusader, Yazukan, Uruunaz, 2 Paws, and a Moon'ariu Sensei. We're on the play. On the play, I like speed in the Crusaders. On the draw, I like crush so they can trade with Mama Yeti. And Rune's going to keep sacrifice. But instead of unblockable, it's going to get Skyguard and Steadfast. And we'll run that back. I don't know. The turn before, maybe I should have left up a Herofall for the Mama Yeti. I don't know. Then he just swings with his team and does basically the same amount of damage. This is totally reasonable. Given the opportunity, we will 100% slam the turn 2 Rune. We don't care if we lose the Howling Brave if we get the turn 2 Rune. It's huge. It attacks and blocks. Just 10 out of 10, that's how we win the matchup. Bright side, if he kills the Brave, we get to Karn whatever the hell he plays, or whatever the hell he plays turn 2, I guess. Doing it. Honestly, we probably can't lose here. Swing with the Crusader instead of the Rune, leave up a blocker. The problem there is if he... I'm more concerned about burning his hand, I guess. That might have been a better line. He can chump with a baby Yeti, which is not perfect. I don't know, I kind of like that line now that you mention it. This was a mistake. I missed a point of damage. Swing with Crusader instead of Rune. Yeah. That could have worked. Because if he wants to trade with it, he has to trade 2 guys. The problem is that I take 2 damage. I also like swinging with Rune because it's a 2-turn clock. Like, I really just needed to put him in a situation where he had to clock me or die. Obviously he did, but I think that was how I win. I think I like Carning the Baby Yeti here and then Harvest Mooning. Probably just going to go ahead and Harvest Moon, honestly. It didn't matter, he scooped. Like I mentioned on the draw, I like Crush in the Crusaders because it lets us trade with Mama Yeti. We really, really want to Harvest Moon play on curve. That's really how you win this match. You play on curve. You play 1, you play 2, you play 3, play 4. Conveniently, that's also how you lose. They play on 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think we have to keep this. It probably beats like average Angus hand, maybe. I don't know. We really want to hit another wild so we can kill the Bolt Spasm. If he goes like Bolt Spasm into... Yeah, this is not an average Angus hand. This is pretty good. Wild. Come on, wild. Not a wild. Super not a wild. The worst kind of wild. I should have been more specific. And whiff. We're in a pretty bad spot here. If he goes Matriarch, we are almost certainly just dead. Harvest Moon can get us back in a little bit. It gives us a chance. We're definitely playing our Crusader here. I think we're kind of stuck doing that. Problem is we're at an effective 7. Ugh. I mean, I guess what are we hoping for here? He plays Shard Mama. I think I like trading for Anarchist here. Or not trading, but eating Anarchist here. If I take 4, I go to 7. I go to 7, then Shard puts me to 3, and then I die to Burning Tendrils or... No, I don't die to Burning Tendrils. I die to Fireball or Crackling Bolt. I think I have to give him the extra draw here because I have the Harvest Moon waiting in the wings. I think I have to. Oh, you know, I did die to Shard Burning Tendrils. You're not wrong. Cottontail with all the best bricks. Okay, this is fine. We're just going to play this for wild. Then we're going to Karn the Ember Spire. And I'm not fucking around. I'm just going to go ahead and Harvest Moon. And then as soon as I Harvest Moon, I'm going to activate. Harvest Moon first because I wouldn't mind getting it back. Nope. That's off the bottom. Okay, we're good. For a second there, I thought I'd made a terrible, terrible mistake, but that's off the bottom, not the top. We're actually in a pretty okay spot. Surprisingly. I thought we were just donezo. Him getting stuck on shards is basically the reason we're still in this. That's not great, though. Especially because we didn't hit the creature we were looking for off of that. Alright, we need him to still miss on his shard. God, we still didn't hit the creature? Okay, we hit the creature. Oh. Alright, I think we just pass and discard 2 shards here. As weird as that sounds. That's not ideal, but I think we have to go with it. That's really bad. Maybe it was greedy not to just cast the Herofall. I don't know. I really wanted to save it for a potential Mama Yeti. No burn, no burn, no burn, no burn. Shit. Okay, I think we're stuck. I think we're forced to play the VK here. Need to find more life gain, like ASAP here. The problem is, with how many cards he has in hand, if he's missing shards, he's got a ridiculous amount of gas. This is a case where VK is substantially worse than Cluck. If we connect with VK, we're probably in a decent spot, though. So what we'll be able to do is play another VK and then hole up Herofall. So either he's left his computer to do something, or he's tanking on swinging into my VK. That's not ideal. Dead to literally any burns. Well, not any, but burn or fireball. We might just have to take it. I think taking it puts us in a better spot. Like, I don't think chumping here leads to a world where we win. I think it's playing not to lose. Two. You got the burn? Pfft. Tank, 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 kill you. Ugh. Alright, well, thanks for joining me, guys. I'm going to call it a night. I would very much appreciate it if you decide you liked what I was putting out and decided to follow. See you next time. I'm going to try and make this a regular thing. I think I'm trying for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And have a good evening.